DC Nation, what is up? We're back with another video, and today we're starting Bound Beyond, Hush Beyond. I'll be covering each issue on this channel in order. I wanted to add some Bound Beyond comic book content to the channel, so here it is. Starting out with part 1, titled History Repeats. We begin in Neo-Gotham. At Cadmus Labs, Amanda Waller looks over 2 dead bodies, and inmates of Cadmus escaped and harmed many guards. Killed 2. Waller prepares for damage control with Dr. Reed. We shift to Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond. Finishing off Spellbinder. Bruce is on comms, helping Terry through the night. Terry's already fought Inc. and the Jokers earlier. Terry knocks Spellbinder onto a bus that'll take him to custody. We've got an arson down the avenues, Bruce says. Terry heads off, but is surprised by Micron. Micron offers Terry a position on the Justice League once again. The answer is still no, Terry responds. Far as Justice League is concerned, the door stays open, Micron says. I'll keep that in mind, thanks, Terry says, flying off. He arrives in the Batcave and finds Bruce fixing up some new utilities. Terry tells Bruce about the Justice League offer. It's the right choice. Say no to them, Bruce responds. Terry then talks about how he's busy and overwhelmed. Wait, murder reports coming through. Male elderly name Philip Cobb. Bruce recognizes his name. Philip Cobb is one of Bruce's old villains, named the Signal Man. Not the most dangerous of my enemies, but he had his moments. Police have called a special circumstance crime unit to the scene. I want you down there, Bruce tells Terry. You got it. After all, sleep is overrated, Terry says, leaving the Batcave. Terry makes it above the crime scene and listens in on the cops. Bruce thinks Two-Face has returned. Sirens begin to go off near St. James Hospital. Terry tells Bruce over comms, and Bruce responds, St. James, get over there now. He shouts, why the hustle? Terry asks. Bruce tells Terry that Jervis Tech, the Mad Hatter, is at St. James Psych Ward. He's probably the next target. Terry makes it inside the ward, past the police. I'm in, he says. Use high caution, Bruce tells Terry. Terry looks into the Mad Hatter's cell. He seems fine, but then Terry hears screaming from across the hall. McGinnis reports. Bruce shouts, hold tight, Mr. Wayne, I'm following the screams, Terry says, running down the hall. He sees the backside of the murderer. The murderer is cutting a nurse on the arm and legs. The murderer noses Terry. No, not yet, the murderer says, taking off. Terry goes over to comfort the nurse. Terry asks her what the murderer said to her. Just one thing. I couldn't stop crying. Just before he raised his knife to cut my throat, he told me to hush, the nurse says, terrified. And that's how we end issue number 1 of Hush Beyond. Like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss part 2 coming very soon. Peace out, y'all.